ride slow through my city, cause I know how we get it. We grind hard for them digits. Just one more day in the life. One more day in the life. The life.
Yo, welcome to the NeverFold Pod, the show about dope people that's doing dope shit. Today, you seen, I got a legend here, a Philly legend, NBA legend, a legend in every, should be a Hall of Famer. He gonna be a Hall of Famer soon. Y'all stop hating on it, my man. Mr. Rasheed Wallace, man. What's up with you, bro?
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me, beloved.
No, man, I'm glad you finally came, man.
Yeah.
So we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot of history. We go back a long time, man. You know what I mean? Our careers kind of was around the same time, right when
starting off.
When you was in the league and you was doing your thing, we was just, the figures was just starting to move around. It was just at the same
95,
time.
95, 94, 95.
Yeah, and to see cats from Philly to just really start doing some stuff together, that was a good joint for all of us, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely a great thing in my opinion, because it was like we just mentioned a second ago, rap and hoops, it coincides so much, and that's one of the things for sure. Banging, y'all can't fuck with the figures and all that back in the day with everything. So yeah.
I remember the first time we went to Portland, we was on a tour, and you came and met us. And I don't know if you want me to say this, but this boy took us to this people's house. Remember you took us to the people's house?
Yes.
I was like, yo, these was the nicest, these was some old white people, the nicest old white people I ever met.
True hippies.
They gave us the biggest bag of weed in the history of America. Literally, it was like they just gave us all the weed. We were smoking blunts this big, and we still had a bunch of weed trying to get home. So I was like, damn, Sheed is crazy. I'm like, this guy's out here. You know what's crazy about that, though? I remember back when y'all had that team, that Portland team, y'all should have won the NBA title, too.
Yeah, we could have. We had the talent, too. But just couldn't get over that hump down there in Los Angeles, number 34. And that other guy, Crazy 8, Kobe and Shaq, they were my Achilles heel when I was in Portland.
But you ended up getting over the top when you landed in Detroit. You ended up getting over the hump.
Yeah, definitely. That was great, too. That was great, and to go back at them like that, too, after for so many years they sending me home and, everything was disappointing, but to get that revenge in Detroit, it felt good.
Was that your greatest basketball moment, or has been a lot?
I would probably have to say, that was it. I was at the top of the mountain sipping the juice. That Pistons team, we were the best in the world at that time, and for the next couple of years. So
yeah, y'all were the consummate team. Mm-hmm. The whole was better than the sum of some of the individual parts. Other teams had bigger stars, but y'all team was y'all was a team. That's what made y'all tough to beat. You know what I mean?
Team effort.
Yeah, y'all was a team of men. But I remember watching you coming up all the way through. You've been a basketball star all your life.
Yeah, for the most part. Shit, from Gratz and just going to a great basketball school like Gratz School. A lot of people think that it started with me, but it didn't start with me. Mr. L was knocking them championships and putting guys in the league down, with Brian Shorter and Aaron McKee. So it didn't start with me, but I just helped keep it going. And after I left, Gratz was still winning some championships.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was a good thing for the city and the country.
Yeah, it was great. But I remember watching y'all, y'all was the first high school team I ever seen that had sneaker deals and shit.
Yeah, K-Swiss.
Yeah, I remember y'all had the K-Swiss bags of the sneakers, and I used to be hating, man, what's some motherfucking K-Swiss too?
Them joints is about this big.
Yeah, they was big.
Moon boots, yo.
Yeah, but I mean,
it was the deal.
Yeah, I wanted some K-Swiss and the sneaks too, but I was 5'9" and corny. You know what I mean? I was 5'9", and my game was just it wasn't there. It wasn't there. It wasn't there. I could respect it. So now you go from Gratz, you go from North Philly, you end up in North Carolina, Chapel. Mm-hmm. How was that? Was it a culture shock going from Philly to North Carolina?
Actually, it was. Growing up here in North Philly, predominantly, I say a majority of my days and majority of my time, you know, I'm around a lot of other black people. Not saying that I didn't get along with white people because playing against other white kids, and I know white coaches, and I've been coached by white coaches, all of that. But growing up here in Philly and playing under Mr. Ellerby, you know, with him being the proud, dominant black high school coach that he was, and then playing for Dean Smith. So from here to there, it was. In the beginning, it was kind of hard, to be honest, dog.
Right.
Because like up here in the city, we so used to everything. You know, you going to bed, no matter 12, 1, 2 o'clock at night, you hearing something outside. People talking, some cars, ambulance, police, something. Down there, man, my first like 2 months of school, tough. It was tough because once you turn the TV off and the radio off, it's silence. Like that's how peaceful it is down there. And when I went on my visit, I was like, all right, this is pretty cool down here. You know, you smelt that different air. It wasn't that muggy city air that we got up here. Right. It was, you know, that nice, clean pine tree air down that joint. And man, I was like, came back from that trip. I told my mom, I'm going down there.
Oh, that's where it always was Carolina. It was never no like.
It was my original heart wanted to go to Georgetown, but my freshman year, I wouldn't have had no point guard. And ain't nobody know that my sophomore year, Allen Iverson would have came, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we didn't foresee that. So I had to go where, you know, I had some good quality point guards and went down to Carolina and played with Derek Phelps and Jeff McGinnis. And man, the rest is history.
Yeah, the rest is history. Next thing, you the fourth pick in the NBA draft, you end up in Washington.
Yeah.
Now you.
Chocolate City.
Yeah. Then you ain't lose your mind right away, but you started losing your mind a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, she be chilling. The next thing I know, you was on the court bugging. I'm like, she normally be chilling, then you just start bugging once you got down there. Like, what happened? Was it?
Yo, it was a culture shock for sure down there, you know, because everything and everybody, you know, it's Chocolate City, it's DC.
It's DC for sure.
And man, you know, you have all the live events that go on down there. Then, you know, they have their own specific style of music with that go-go. That's when I really first got introduced and really into go-go. I was like, oh,
and mambo sauce. You was definitely eating the mambo sauce and all that.
Everything. I damn near was DC.
Yeah,
you know, hanging out with Chris, hanging out with Jawan, a couple other guys on the team. You know, it was fun. It was cool. It was cool, but, you know, I was pretty much that homebody for a majority of it, though.
Yeah, then you end up in Portland, which I thought Portland was like, you fit in Portland.
Now, that was a culture shock right there.
Portland.
To go from Chocolate City
to Portland,
to Vanilla City.
Yeah.
Yo.
That's some different smell of air out there. Like when you get in Oregon, like the air smells super different. As
soon as you step off the plane.
Yeah, it's different. It's greener. The grass is greener. The trees is greener. Like it's different. That Northwest is different.
It's more vibrant. I love my time out there though. I ain't gonna front on Portland.
Yeah.
You know, at the time when I was playing out there, I was married. You know, I was a young Al Bundy, married with kids.
Yeah.
And I loved it though.
Yeah.
My kids couldn't say they were bored because one, you got your other friends, and then two, the way that the city of Portland is, they have so many things to do for children. Museums.
Right.
You know, outdoor events that they have along the river walk or the waterside. It's so much shit there to do for kids. And it makes it great because now it's like, all right, if you got a girl or a wife or something, like, hey, babe, come on, let's take the kids to the park or take them here or there. And like you mentioned,
you was bored than a motherfucker though, wasn't you?
No,
I was, listen, I went out there, I was bored than a motherfucker. I was bored as shit. We did the show. I'm like, when is we leaving? Like, it was more no disrespect because it's a beautiful place. I'm sure it would be a beautiful place to live.
Yeah, it is.
Because it's a beautiful place, but like, as a young cat trying to find action and have fun, I was like burnt out that joint. I was like, I didn't like it. I was like, nah.
For sure. If you single out that joint,
yeah.
Nah.
But that's crazy, like that team, like it was like a bad stigma around that team and I never really understood it. Like, you know, like the national media used to call y'all the jailblazers and I'm like, well, ain't nobody on there getting in no real trouble.
The most trouble any of us got into was shit like speeding tickets or something like that.
That's what I'm saying. The Cowboys niggas getting caught with a half a brick of coke and they ain't never say nothing about
America's team.
Yeah. You get pulled for a traffic stop. They call y'all the Jailblazers. I was like, that wasn't cool.
And that's the thing. They gave us that stigma.
All black team. I was like, yeah.
And ain't nobody ever go to jail though.
No, nobody got no real trouble. Nobody on y'all team really got into no real, which is good, man.
Yeah, especially for back then. You know what I'm saying? It was great.
So, me knowing you, I know how basketball is your first love. Nah, then again, is basketball your first love?
No.
What's your first love?
My first love is track and field.
You used to run track.
That's my first love before basketball, football, baseball, anything is track and field. I can go out on a track right now and I can sit there all day and watch all events. Yeah,
but how motherfucker gonna get up there race you? You 9 feet tall, I'm 5'7". You running like a gazelle down. I remember you used to run track. But that was one of the things I asked you. Y'all had to run track, right? Or
cross country. We had to, Mr. L made us run cross country if you even wanted to try out for the team.
Oh, shit.
So, guys, he's like, look, I'm not asking you to be no world-class long distance runner or no shit, but damn, give us some effort when you out here. So that's what always kept us in play and kept us in shape.
That was smart for the conditioning. That was smart. That was smart of him. He was like, had some foresight when it came to that type of stuff.
Yeah.
He had a lot of foresight. Anyway, so I know you love hip hop. So I'm gonna ask you a hip hop question. Your favorite 5 hip hop albums?
Wow.
I mean, you gotta have some obvious ones just right in your head, like, yo, I love this album, I love that.
I mean, for me, I'm big on lyrics, so I'm gonna say, for me, I'm a Redman fan. I like that. What the album? I'm a KRS fan, so it could be pretty much any early Boogie Down Productions. Of course, you gotta go Radicals with PE. And believe it or not, man, for my 5th one, I gotta go out on the West Coast I fucks with Cypress Hill, dog.
See, that's why that nigga was on the court tripping. All that shit he was listening to. That nigga was listening to all wild, militant, crazy shit. That boy said Cypress Hill. That's why he was on the court cutting up, man. Listening to all that stuff. But that's a good list. And what's crazy is if I sat 100 people down, I don't think nobody would have that list. That's the beauty of hip hop, though. Exactly. Everybody's going. I mean, you're always gonna have your people who get a token, Biggie, Tupac,
Jay-Z, Nas, all that.
Yeah, they gonna get
throw them out the window.
Yeah. But besides all of them, my favorite hip hop albums, a few is I love Tribe Called Quest, Midnight Marauders. I love Midnight Marauders. That's a classic album. Of course, the Purple Tape, only built for Cuban links.
That Purple Tape
Come on,
was a
man.
monster.
The Purple Tape?
That Purple Tape was
That's not even the name of the album, but people just call it the Purple Tape.
Like the Purple Drink.
Like everybody remembers that album.
Yeah, that was his best joint.
That's classic. Wu-Tang Forever. I mean, I like a lot of the Wu stuff. They always in my top. Mobb Deep, the infamous Mobb Deep.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Them albums that changed my life, man. When I heard Mobb Deep, they was young boys like me, they had me tripping. I was ready to shave my head and do everything. Mobb Deep had me tripping when I first heard Shook Ones.
You talking about me, huh?
Yeah, Shook, man. That stuff had me tripping. I was outside running around acting stupid.
Yeah.
So now when you in your car, you driving, what you listening to?
Now?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'll probably throw some R&B, some jazz on, You
don't listen to no hip hop no more, shit?
I do and I don't. I try to stay relevant with it because of my kids, my nephews. But yeah, man, I'm R&B, some neo soul, some jazz. I'll crank that on 40 just like if I was cranking a hip hop track on 40, dog.
Come on, G.
Yeah, so I'm going down the street.
Come on back.
Are you hearing?
Come on, hip hop, man. Come on, artists. Come on, get back to it. We gotta make some good music. You lost one of the biggest hip hop fans, man. You gotta bring them back. We can't lose them. We gotta keep.
But it's some good guys out now, though. I ain't gonna front. Kendrick's tough. J. Cole, tough. And Believe it or not, I like, what's the one kid name, man? I want to say, is it Yellow Wolf? Yellow Tip? Something like that. He did the song about the vote. He wanted to tell everybody to vote and how he broke down the whole judicial system and everything. Oh, what is this guy? Oh, it's Yellow Fin, Yellow Wolf, something like that, man.
Yellow Wolf is a white boy.
Okay, so it's not him then.
Yeah.
No, it's a brother. He's from Ohio. I think he's from Ohio. Got blonde hair. That's his whole gimmick. But no, he spit bars though.
See? You gotta rap. Listen, to keep Sheed, you gotta rap about the voting process, man.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
Something relevant. We came up and how many tracks have we heard, dog, where we in the club, we popping bottles, we smoking tons of weed and just Smileys, and I got my car outside.
Yeah.
Dog, we've been hearing that shit in hip hop pretty much since day one, since we was young boys. So I don't want to hear the mumble shit about it now.
Right.
No.
I think hip hop is in music in general, it's always been about a feeling.
Fact.
If the music doesn't give you a feeling, it's not gonna stay. You feel me? I'll listen to your catchy jingle and all that on the radio, and even when it comes to the club, I'm a jig to it. But to get my $15.99 or whatever, I gotta feel something when I hear it. It gotta make me feel, give me a feeling. I gotta feel some type of way when I hear it in order for it to stick around. And just like the music you were talking about, your favorite albums, like those albums are timeless because it gave you a feeling when you hear it. Those certain songs, you remember where you were when you heard it the first time. Yep. You know what I mean? You remember. Man, when I was driving a Cutlass Sierra when I used to listen to, you know what I mean? Like you can remember, and some of the newer music doesn't give you that. It's not like timeless, it's not gonna be around. But I think that's less so about the artist, and I think it's the nature of the business, because at the end of the day, everybody's chasing the money, you know what I mean?
Oh, fact.
And you coaching now, and you coaching younger ball players, and I'm sure you run across it all the time. Every 17-year-old think they can play in the NBA tomorrow.
Fact.
You understand? Just like every rapper think they can be
that platinum
artist, artist, and get that record deal. Just like these ball players don't understand it's a step from being a amateur to being a professional. The same thing with music.
Yep.
It's a step from being an amateur to a professional. Once you become. That's the first thing when a young boy walk up to me and start talking to me about music, as soon as he classifies himself as a rapper, I know he don't get it. Because he doesn't.
Instead of an artist.
Exactly. He doesn't identify himself as what matters, as an artist, as a commodity. So if I'm a rapper, I'm like, you probably gonna stay a rapper. You know what I mean? Because it's if you don't get that part of it, you're not gonna make it. Just like I'm sure when you talking to these guys, you coaching on the highest levels.
Yeah.
You've been on NBA benches. You've been, so I know you see it come through all the time, run by you, young cats that got all the talent in the world, but you're just like, nah, shorty don't get it though.
No, and most of them don't, because they feel as though, I'm one-dimensional, I'm one facet, I can dunk. Now I can go to the league. Right. Or I can shoot a three. Now I can go to the league. Steph Curry did it, or I can, I'm a good rebounder. It's all one facet with them, instead of, they want their attributes to be up here.
Right.
Instead of evening them out across the board. So now, no, I'm not the best rebounder, but I'm pretty good at rebounding.
Solid.
I'm not the best scorer, but I can score the ball. And I'm not the best defender in the league, but I can play defense, so on. To me, that's what makes it that better player. And that's how we was in Detroit. No egos. And we all did the same amount of things. I would say Ben's attributes was a little bit higher because he took it more personal, and of course, one, with his strength, and then two, where he came from, his road that he traveled to get there. But yeah, we pretty much, everybody was even kill across the board.
That's good, man. But plus people understand, I think y'all understood y'all roles. And
that's huge.
And that's part of a team, even in music. Like, everybody gotta have a role. Yep. Like, everybody can't be the artist. Everybody can't be the quarterback, man. Maybe sometimes you the driver. Sometimes you the guy to keep an eye on equipment and hard drives and stuff. It's like everybody got to play a role in the team for us to win.
Play your part.
We can't win all individually. We got to win together. So now, what advice do you got for like young kids? Because every kid in the ghetto that can play a little ball think they going to the league. Or they think You know, I think some of them, unfortunately, think that's the only ticket out of this place is playing ball. You know, Biggie said, what did he say? You either sling crack rock or you got a wicked jump shot. And that's one of the realest lyrics in the history of hip hop.
Fact.
But so, like, say I'm a young kid, I'm 17, I got a little, I'm a recruit there, I'm going to college. What would you tell me, my advice, what should I work on to go from here to there to the ultimate goal playing in the NBA? And if it's not the NBA, maybe other professional
overseas or whatever. Work on everything. You know, don't just take it for granted like, okay, I'm gonna just work on my jump shot or I'm gonna just, you know, work on a couple of my dunks. You gotta work on everything. You gotta work on your conditioning because that's number one. Because if you tired, first you ain't gonna be in there in the fourth quarter when
it matters.
Real money matters.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna be in there fourth quarter. Second, it's a mental discipline as well. You know, to know that, okay, I got today in my workout let's put an hour on the clock. I gotta make 500 foul shots.
In an hour.
However long it takes. But the hour is what I'm shooting for, but I gotta make 500 foul shots.
Yeah, I wasn't
That's
going to
all the small little discipline type things that a lot of the kids don't think about to get to that next level or what it takes to go to that next level. Because number one, ask any other basketball player, there is a such thing called the basketball gods. So the basketball gods, they're gonna reward you what you put in. So the same thing with rap, same thing with hip hop is
the ball don't lie.
You got the young fellas and you telling them like, look, man, you gotta work hard, stay in the gym, you know, push-ups, sit-ups, jump shots, whatever. And then as time goes on, you remind them and show them like, oh, see, you got better at this, boom, boom, boom. So now, before they know it, now that they're that good player or that more of a complete player, so now I can play on a high D1 level, or I can go to that NBA team and be a dominant factor for my team to help them win. So it's all facets of the game. Don't just work on one thing. You know, it's offense, it's defense. How can I become that better defender? And the game is 90% mental, 10% physical. So if I could psych you out, or if I could say a couple things or do one little thing that'll piss you off or get you to have a badass shooting day, before the game, I'm gonna do the shit.
This boy be tripping, man. no, I'm just saying it because I got, like, as you telling me, I'm like, this boy did used to be cutting up all the time on the court. So, all right, you a hip hop. I call you a hip hop expert. Like, you somebody's opinion I respect when it comes to hip hop.
Word, appreciate it.
So, I'm all the artists out there watching. What is the game missing? And say as I'm an artist, I'm coming up, I'm trying to find me a niche. And I'm like, damn, you know, what made she start listening to jazz and soft rock and all of that? Like, what does the new hip hop artist need to do to draw Rasheed Wallace back into hip hop?
Have some consistency with your lyrics. First, you gotta have lyrics. You know, it can't be, I'm in the club, and then, like you said before, it's that vibe, but damn, give me some lyrics, give me something. Don't just come with the insignificant mumble rap. That's why I had mentioned before with J. Cole and, you know, Kendrick Lamar. Them some young boys, they're young rappers, or young hip hop artists, excuse me, and they talking about something.
Right.
They talking about something, man. So that's what's gonna catch my ear.
Right.
Like, oh damn, you know, word of mouth. Yo, you heard that new Cole album? You heard that new Spade album? Nah, what is up? Man, go to track 8 or 12, whatever it may be. Then you hear that work. All right, bet. Boom, boom. Now I'm on it. But a lot of the kids today, again, as I said, they're not thinking of everything. They're not looking at the big picture. They're just focused on, okay, shit, we just kicking it in the club. That's where this next music video gonna be at. In the club. You know, boom. Everybody goes through that phase, but as that hip hop artist, all right, you see the game is saturated with that now. Yo, start talking about or rapping about what's really going on out here outside of your hood.
Right.
But that's all they rap.
But the whole thing, right, I think Chuck D said it back in the day, hip hop is the black man CNN.
Fact.
And I think what keeps a lot of the music in the box now is young people are in the box because they're not outside. Actually, we was younger, we went outside, we experienced life, we seen things, we hung around. They on the internet, they watching TV, they in their phone. So their world is in the palm of their hands.
Yep.
So they're just emulating what they see. Because even people always talked about drugs, selling drugs, using drugs, sleeping with women, driving nice cars, hustling, killing, shooting. Hip hop always been that. But you had people had a different vision of it because they was outside seeing it. Because it was like I never knew, when I heard NWA was my first time ever hearing of Compton. I had never heard of Compton, California before Eazy-E and NWA. But when you listen to those albums, you thought you was from there. Like you could see a day in California by listening to their albums. And I think sometimes younger artists lose that. Like, you know what I mean? I think like they don't paint the picture.
They don't paint, because they feel as
They don't
though
paint the
that
picture.
With me rapping about a couple dollars I got or chilling, everybody in every hood could feel it. Well, everybody in every hood is not doing it like you doing it. Right. So give some relevancy to what you're talking about. If I'm living in the projects here in Philly, and there's some cats in the projects in Chicago, and if we can both relate, oh man, I got them roaches in my cereal or whatever they may say.
That's the ones that make it.
Like, man, yeah, I got them roaches too.
That's what separates the Lil Durks, the Meeks, the Kodak Blacks, because it's a universal thing. They speak a universal language, and they walk you through where they from, and you feel like you can relate to where they from and what they doing.
So I think that's the thing with them, just content with these younger rappers.
That's dope. Before I let you out of here, we gotta play a game on this show. It's called Pull Your Card. So I'm gonna let you go in and pull your own card. You pull a heart, I'm gonna ask you a random question about love, something you love, something you hate, something whatever. You pull a spade, I'm gonna ask you a wild card question. Just any random shit. You pull a diamond, I'm gonna ask you to give a great piece of advice somebody gave you, or something you can give somebody else, because you know jewels is not meant to be kept to ourselves. We gotta share. You know what I mean?
Can't be buried with them.
Yep. You pull a club, you gotta tell me about the Lobby's Club, vacation party, whatever you want. Whatever you ever done. And I know you done been through some shit. I know you done been through some shit, you know what I mean? So, you ready to pull your card?
For sure.
Come on, go in and get one. Let's see what you got.
What you think it is?
I don't know. I don't know what it is.
I think it's
I think it's a diamond.
I think it's the heart.
It's a heart. 8 of hearts. All right. So, if I told you one thing, you had to make a choice, what you love. I said I can give you a ticket to go see your favorite player of any sport, or your favorite sporting event, or I can give you a ticket to see your favorite artist of all time. Which one you going to? You only get pick one.
Oh no, I'm gonna go with the artist. I'm gonna go with the hip hop.
I swear every athlete I ever asked that always say they gonna go. That's because you played on the highest level. That's probably why.
Well, that and I've seen and been to a lot of major sporting events. You know, the Super Bowls and the All-Star games and the Pro Bowls, all that shit. I've been to a lot of them. In the beginning, when you're young, it's all glitz and glamour. But when you get older, you're like, man, I don't feel like going down there with this bullshit, this media and all this and that.
All right, what's the artist? What's the artist? What's the concert? What's the artist?
For me, the best concert I've ever been to was my first concert. It was here down at the Spectrum, not Wells Fargo, the Spectrum. And it was P.E., LL, Eric B. and Rakim.
Was that Rock the Bell? Was that the...
It might have been, I think that last one might have been the Beastie Boys. It was either that or some type of Def Jam shit, but I remember going and, you know, I was with my
Shit, I want to go to that motherfucker now, as soon as I hear you talking about it.
I'm hyping, I'm in there. And then what took it away was the God MC. Right. You know, they had Eric B come out and, you know, he cutting that thing up. And then all you seen from the middle of the stage come up was a gold pyramid. And then there was a little silence over the crowd like what the hell they gotta go? The pyramid turns around,
Rakim
the God MC sitting there with his mic. I was a fiend before
Come
it was
on,
the
man.
best concert I ever been to.
Come on, man.
Ever been to.
Come on, man.
I was like, oh, and I remember that to this day, yo.
Yeah, hell
and
yeah.
Seeing that turn around on that gold pyramid, sitting on a throne chair, and he got his mic, and he starts spitting microphone fiend from the door. Ain't no, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing tonight? Nah, I'm going straight into this shit. Let's get it.
Yeah. Listen, the greatest concert I ever went to was Puff Daddy and the Family Tour when it came through Philly. And I swear, Biggie made me want to, listen, I was out here trying to buy Coogee water. Real shit. Like, it was just like, that music just gave you a different feeling back then, man. It just was different, man.
Like you said before, it was heartfelt. You know what I'm saying? You can relate to what a lot of these artists are portraying with their words, so.
Come on, man. The legend here, man. Mr. Rasheed Wallace, man. He came through, man. I appreciate him.
Oh,
he taking time out. What you got going on? Let the people know what you got going on.
Oh, man, well, I'm taking a little hiatus from coaching. So right now I'm working on opening up a sports bar down in Durham, North Carolina, where I live at. Got that. I still work NBA prospects and high school and college kids out. That's always going to be there. That's always going to be my heart. But now it's just, man, for real, it's just sitting back, being a dad and a grandpa, man. My daughter, she about to go to college. And, I got 2 granddaughters. That takes up a lot of my time with them, man.
That's the good life, man.
Yeah.
That's the good life. Pop. That's the good life, man.
That's what she called
I got a
me,
name
Pop-Pop.
for your bar. You should name your bar The Ball Don't Lie. No, real rap. Because that's a phrase people always, that connects to you. I want my, cease and desist if he don't cut me in. I'm gonna send a cease and desist. Nah, real shit. Nah, I appreciate you, She, man, coming through, man.
All day.
Me and this guy go back a lot of years, man.
Yes,
I love him to
sir.
death, man. I love what he is. Upstanding example, man. It's not more powerful than a living, breathing example of what's possible if you just do it your way. There is no right way for everybody. Everybody's right way is gonna be different. Just do it your way and stay out of dumb shit, man. And remember, no matter how bad the card you get dealt, you can never fool. Till next time, love yours.